Hello, everybody. It is your main man, RICO ROXX, coming at you live. Thank you for listening to Social Suicide. This is episode 49. I hope you guys have a great time listening to it. Just recorded this conversation with a stranger to us all, a new friend. And this guy and I, we talk about rap careers, music influences, and then we talk about life stories, trade knowledge. What a beautiful, beautiful call it was. Really enjoy it. Can't wait to go and listen to this one myself. Thank you very much. This is your main man, RICO ROXX. For anyone who doesn't know who I am, it's RICO ROXX, ROXX, host of Social Suicide here on PODBEAN. And for those who didn't know, I am a wannabe rapper guy. So check out my SoundCloud, RICO ROXX, RICO ROXX. So it's RICO ROXX on SoundCloud. And enjoy. Why didn't I remember it?
You tripping?
I must have been tripping, bro. I must have been fucked up.
I was here just some hours ago. You said you want to go plug up your phone. Then you come back. Then we're going to continue with stuff.
I feel like that was not this morning. I feel like that was like a day or two ago.
Nah.
Because the last person I was talking to last night was I was talking to not Raccoon. I was talking to Chris Wilson. We were talking about all kinds of crazy shit.
I'm mixing things up.
I think you might have your days mixed up.
Sorry, bro. Sorry. I say I'm not fooling you. I'm fooling the nigga. I'm sorry, bro. But how you doing, bro? How you doing?
You confused me with somebody else?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
How dare you? How dare you, sir? I'm just kidding. So who did you confuse me with?
I like to be sincere, I don't know his name, but you look
some
like
other guy.
Yeah.
Wow, I bet you he's not as cool as me.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, man, I feel like I have talked to you before, but I just don't feel like it was this morning.
But still, I just messed up things. I'm sorry.
Well, welcome, anyways, man. Welcome to the show today. My name is RICO ROXX. For anybody who doesn't know, RICO ROXX here. I am Little Guy ROXX. This is Big Guy Kas. So let's just get into it, brother. Do you enjoy music?
Okay. Yeah, I enjoy music a little, bro. I'm a rapper, basically, so.
Let me tell you this. Can you turn your volume down? I have a request for you. Turn your volume down on your phone, just on the volume knob, on the little button. Push it down a few notches so I don't hear my echo.
Okay.
You don't have to talk quieter. You talk fine, but I'm just saying the volume on your device is too loud because I could hear my own echo. It's getting quieter. I think that's better.
Can you hear me now? It's better now.
No, I heard you fine before, but the echo.
Okay.
For some reason, we have an echo. Do you hear the echo?
Nah.
I hear the echo. Okay. I think it went away.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. That's good.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's still kind of there. It's definitely there.
So you were asking me some stuff, bro.
Yeah, let me just figure out what's up with this echo. Are you on speakerphone or do you have a speaker in the background?
Yeah.
Which one?
Just a speakerphone. My brother's watching some stuff here.
So you're just using your telephone?
Nah, I'm using my phone.
Right, and no other speaker, no Bluetooth device or nothing?
Nah.
I wonder why there's such an echo. It's very interesting.
Okay, let me reduce the volume a little.
Yeah, just reduce the volume. So you could barely hear me, but as long as you can hear me a little bit. Okay, I think that's better.
How's it?
Mic test?
Better now.
Mic test? Oh, yes. I think that's a lot better. Thank you very much for getting that. So now that way we can have this conversation sound even better. So, okay, yeah, so music, man. How long you been rapping?
Yeah, I've been rapping now for the past 3 years now.
Woo! What's your rap name?
Yeah, that's the same Big Guy Kass.
Big Guy Kass. Are you on SoundCloud or on YouTube or anything like this?
Nah, basically I started from Rap Fame.
Rap Fame.
Then I'm on BandLab.
Ah, that's interesting. Those are two of the things I also use. I used Rap Fame in the past. I liked it. I made many songs on Rap Fame, and I use BandLab for my productions.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I do my stuff too, bro.
Did you know I use those, or you had no idea?
Nah, I had no idea.
Wow, what are the odds that me and you both we should hop on a collaboration on BandLab? I would definitely have to hear some of your stuff.
That would be nice, bro. I really like that.
Yeah, heck yeah. So let's talk about rap for a little bit. Let's just talk about it. I haven't talked about rapping in a while. So,
Okay.
who was your favorite rapper growing up, or one of your first early favorite rappers?
Wow, that would be Coolio, bro.
Coolio. Wow, that's an interesting answer. Rest in peace, Coolio. I never really. Not too many people would say he's one of their favorite rappers. I would say my opinion on Coolio is he has a couple good songs, but for a rap artist, it's very rare for someone to say, "Oh, that's my top 5." It's a very interesting choice there.
Now, Coolio is someone that I see is very unique among
Really, I never gave him a chance. I
rappers.
should give him a big chance. He's probably one of those hidden guys.
But
Was he your
basically,
first?
I love this
Go ahead.
music through my dad. You know,
Mm. Oh, through your dad.
my dad
Nice.
is always like, yeah, it's always all over his music, like every now and then. You know, so
Yeah, Coolio. I really don't know much about Coolio, to be honest. I feel like, but thank you for answering. I'll have to check more into Coolio. My first CD when I was a little kid, my very first rap CD. It was my very first CD in general, but it happened to be a rap CD. And I wasn't even really into rap at this point, and I got this CD randomly. So my sister told me to pick it out, and I had no idea what I was embarking on when I bought this CD. I picked it from the CD store, and I put it in my CD player, and it changed my life. After I started listening to this CD, my mind evolved tenfold, and the CD was Eminem.
oh wow,
Yeah, I was a little kid. I was a
Eminem is
little
an
boy, and I
awesome
found
rapper.
Eminem. You ever heard Eminem?
Damn, like damn fast nigga. When it comes to rap, that nigga hit that shit like that nigga's all. I've heard of Eminem.
Yeah, man, his early stuff, man, it really transformed me. I was a little kid and I was very sheltered and a very innocent kid. And I found this CD and it opened my eyes very wide. He was talking about killing people and doing drugs, and he was making fun of gay people. He was talking about the craziest things. He was like the very first CD. I don't know how familiar you are, but it was Marshall Mathers LP, and I didn't get scared or I didn't get terrified. I actually was very, very interested in rap after this because I was thinking to myself, this guy is saying things that a crazy person would say. This guy is saying things that are so disturbing. And then I started paying attention to Eminem, and I realized he was becoming very popular. And I was thinking to myself, huh, people want this. People
Yeah,
people love someone who could say things that are so crazy, and must be something because he was blowing up at the time. He was becoming a super huge artist, and he was saying some of the craziest things, talking about all this crazy stuff. And I was thinking, as my little kid, I was about 8 or 9 years old. I was putting all this together. That hey, it's not. It's a market there for people to express themselves in this way. And I knew that he was not being serious, but I knew he was
yeah,
being he was being imaginative. He wasn't gonna go kill people, but he was thinking about these things, and ever since then, I really became hello, and it's from Germany. Ever since then, that was one of my first influences, and then it evolved. But I am a rapper like that as well. I say I'm an artist who is about self-expression, and I'm not
yeah.
afraid to say crazy things that some people would think is insane. What about you? What is your style?
Now, basically, growing up, I didn't have chance to listen to Eminem stuff. My dad didn't give us the chance to do stuff like that. So we basically listened to Coolio and a little bit of Tupac songs and
Ooh,
Ice Cube, stuff like that. So
very
those are the
nice.
songs that I listened to while growing up because I didn't have chance to go more
Why
like
didn't your
listen
father
to
want you to
more.
listen to Eminem? I'm curious.
Now, basically, because of our religion. So we are just little music in our time, just
So
little.
what
But
Tupac and
basically,
Ice Cube could you hear? Just the clean version?
no. Ice Cube, I guess I heard NWA song
Oh,
as was it
NWA.
uh yeah, out of Thug Life, blah blah blah, and I couldn't remember much, but I know of NW songs. Those of those time, I'm talking of from my little age. Like Sundays, we cool with those songs. Like we cool with those songs. Like every now and then, it's always those songs that are always popping up in
Hmm.
this car, house, like coming back from school and stuff like that. So, but basically, it's always on Coolio song.
And did what did you think of the rap? Did you find it mentally stimulating? Did you actually enjoy it, or did you find it relatable? What was your initial thoughts on hearing these all these thoughts come out of these men?
Basically, while hearing Coolio song from Little, I was just like, I love the way he put his bars. He's talking about life and he's talking
Mm,
about being messed up, and at the same time, you get up and pick up your shit and go
right.
up. You know what I'm saying? So those songs didn't really inspire me to rap. Just inspire me to how life is, and the way people are doing shit and regretting now. So I don't really, it didn't really give me the inspiration getting into rap. So I just like, then I little by little I started writing
Mm.
some stuff. Then I just I just start seeing Coolio in my face everywhere I go. Then I just started writing songs like, then I'm cool with that.
Heck yeah.
But
So,
basically, but, okay, yeah,
do you write more songs or do you freestyle a lot?
I write more songs. I write more
Wow.
songs because yeah, I write more songs. But
That is something I want to get
now,
into more is writing. I write
yeah,
notes. I write things for notes and study purposes, but I'm not a big songwriter. I've written a couple songs, but
uh,
I freestyle most of my songs.
now to me, I started with freestyle. Then
Mm.
they were like, "Nah, you can't go on with freestyle. You need to write your songs." Guess when then I started writing my songs. Then I saw it more clear and it's more, um, it makes sense more. Cause
Exactly. It's definitely I enjoy
yeah,
writing songs as well for that, so you
it
could
makes
stay
sense
on
more.
topics and
But
you can make sure you throw words in that you want to throw in a more intricate
yeah,
way. But let me tell you though, it's surprising how good freestyles can be.
yeah, it's true, bro. Cause basically when I started writing, immediately I'm done writing my song, then I meet some people. They're gonna be like, "Bro, give us 16 bars," and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, bro, can I go get my book before?" I then be like, "Nah, bro, just hit
Hmm.
us straight here." Then I'll be like, "I can't do anything. But then when I do freestyle, it's good, it's easy for me. I meet you anywhere and gonna be like, "Oh, bro, hit me." Then I'm gonna be like, flow up the bars, and they'll be like, "Whoa, whoa." But now that I started
Exactly.
writing, it's hard for me to just bring up some shit,
Same.
and what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I really respect that, man. It's very interesting.
Yeah,
Like I said, I do write some notes here and there, but
yeah,
I wanna start writing more songs in my as
yeah,
I evolve as an artist. I have a bunch of
yeah,
songs and I'm pretty proud of them, but and the freestyles are pretty wicked, man. They're pretty wicked. I'm just like you when you said that I'll spit in front of anybody, wherever, whenever. It's a good
yeah,
little
bro.
thing, but it's nice to have some written. It's some deep,
Yeah,
deep
yeah,
stuff. I have a
yeah,
song I wrote and it's really beautiful. One of my songs that I wrote and I really do like that one too. But I seem to not have patience. But let's continue this talk on influence though.
okay,
So
okay. yeah.
when did you feel like you wanted to create a song instead of just being a fan of music? When did you say to yourself, "Oh, this is something I might be able to do"?
Yeah. I guess that happened. Yeah, some years back. I was actually out with my friends. So some of my friends they do rap, and I didn't even know how to rap as of that time. So they were like freestyle,
Mm.
and I noticed the way people give them their attention. Like, whoa, that guy is awesome. And I was like, okay, let me come through too. Let me come through. Let me come through. Then they were like, okay, 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 bro. Let's see what you got. Then my bro, seriously, I really messed up that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I really messed up. So I was like, damn, if these niggas can do it, why can't they do it?
Exactly.
Then I went home and I started writing like, damn, the next time I'm seeing these niggas, I want to smash it up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's how that shit goes. Then basically, I started going far into music. The music took me to where I'm at today. You know?
Right. I wish I could hear some of your stuff. I have to check it out after this episode. Unfortunately, I can't play a
Yeah,
snippet, but it's interesting. It's interesting. So, how I mentioned earlier, my first influence was a
yeah,
very intense expressional rapper, Eminem, where he was rapping
yeah,
about killing people and dragging her. He was this song Kim. He was killing his girlfriend and dragging her through the woods, and he was talking about doing all kinds of stuff. So that was he opened my mind to expression. But then
yeah,
I also became a big fan of like you mentioned before, people who are
yeah,
saying something actually deep about life. And so I have many
yeah,
influences, and
yeah,
I pull from all of them, and I want to do them all proud in theory. But
yeah.
so as far as influences go, just tell me a
Um,
little bit more about where you pull from. Is it
okay.
do you
Like
do you
grew up,
like people who
where I
are
grew up. You said?
inspirational, or do you like inspirational rap, or do you like crazy stuff too? Do you like having like what kind of stuff do you like?
Okay, you see, basically, if it's about the emotional and some crazy rap, to be sincere, if I'd listened to Eminem from when I was little, by now I could have had a Glock with me. You know what I'm talking about, bro? Because Eminem is not like a kind of a rapper from little like our parents really want us to listen to, because he's a kind of a crazy guy.
Right.
Any kid can just go up and take his music and just put it and keep going. Before you know, the kid is just going to take a gun and just out of his window, everyone
Hmm.
just keep spraying and spraying. So it's
Yeah,
just
his earlier stuff was
so
pretty crazy.
yeah. So it's basically on inspiration and the ones that when you listen to, you're going to feel what it's talking about. You're going to sit and think, okay, why
Mm.
is this going like this? Why is this going like that? You're gonna reprocess it. So those are the kind of raps that I listened to this time, and it was mostly time of black stuff, and you understand. So we don't really have a chance for listening to the whites music.
Is that because there was like a like your parents did not like white people that much, or?
Yeah, stuff like that. So it's really just sad though, but
No,
just
I get it though. I get it. It's an older time. I was actually just listening to a debate earlier by myself. It was a
yeah,
Malcolm X debate. Do you know who Malcolm X is?
yeah. Mm, nah. Who's that?
Malcolm X was the civil rights activist back in the day, a long
Martin
time
Luther
ago.
King.
No, no. It was around the same time as Martin Luther King, but it was a different guy. His name is Malcolm X. He was a very bright guy. He's super smart, and he was
Yeah,
talking about, he was bringing the troops up. He was trying to smarten the black people up. He wanted
yeah,
everything to, but what he was preaching, he did not like
yeah,
white people. He thought that the white man was almost like a devil, that they should not be trusted. So I understand where that stance comes from. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I could see how some people from the older times
yeah.
they have a distrust for the white people, some black people, because they think that white people bring nothing but deception and tyranny and slavery and all these kind of things. So it's very interesting. Thank you and for sharing
Yeah,
that. And it's just an older time thing. I wouldn't call it sad. I would just say that who really knows, man? Me and you were both not around at that time back in
yeah,
1950, and
yeah,
who knows what truly went down there. And I think about history sometimes, and it makes me wonder how bad the black people did have it there.
yeah,
Where are your parents from?
yeah. They're from here.
From
Well,
America?
basically, no, no, no. We started from Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, so
Yeah,
they've lived in
Peachtree
America
Street.
before though.
Yeah, started from Peachtree
Okay,
Street.
yeah, man. I've been. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go too far off into this topic I'm about to go into, but let's.
Yeah,
I just want to. I've been thinking about it lately. Is slavery and this segregation of the past, the blacks
yeah,
versus the whites thing.
yeah,
Today we get a picture of it, of what it was.
yeah,
They say, oh, black people were property, and we have the whole story from Africa, slave ships. But I really
yeah.
do wonder, though. I wonder if there was some sort of things that we're not getting the truth about as far as that goes. Because what an interesting time in America that was. The whole segregation when they had the white bubblers, the water fountains, and then the black water fountains, and then the you couldn't go to the stores, and then of course slave labor. But I wonder what truly went down there and how evil it truly was. And I just want to say this one
Well,
crazy thought about it. I wonder if you ever
yeah,
thought something the same. We hear the narrative that it was black people were slaves and they da, 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 da. But what I'm wondering, just because I see the world how it acts today, I wonder
yeah,
if they chose it. I wonder if back then, 100 years ago,
yeah,
way before our time, that black people and white people, they actually said, hey, we want separation. We don't want to be
yeah,
with you guys. And then they voted on it, and then they separated and they went to different schools and different things. And then
yeah.
when that shit went away, they changed history and said, oh, white people forced black people. But I wonder if it was a shared decision.
To be sincere, um, growing up, I don't really know much, but my dad would tell me a little about those stuff because basically from school, while we're coming back, it's all about those stuff. Like he and his friends are always discussing about this, while we're around. But still, um, I would say about the slavery stuff, I'll say it has happened in our time, because we started this. To be sincere, we started this there. Because if you look at it back then, we've been doing this shit, then before the whites decided to
Right.
maybe pull up some shit and took us and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
to me, I just say it's something that we don't really know what happened because we don't know the kind
Yeah,
of trade that happened between the white and the
right.
black that caused this. Because I believe the whites cannot just wake up in the morning and decide that, oh, we want to go take all the black and get them off that place. We don't really know what happened though. But
What a
to
shame.
me,
What a
I
shame
believe
it truly
it's
is, man. That whole
yeah,
division that became because I think white people are awesome and I think black people are awesome. And I think something happened in
something
America
happened.
that
Yeah,
they hurt each other very, very deeply, and they belittled each other, and
but
they
but
hated each other
to
so
be
deeply.
sincere, if that didn't happen as of those time, I don't think black would be civilized like this. Because basically, it's because of this shit that happened that made us civilized now. Because if you look at it back then, we were living like truly we're living cool, but we're not living like we really want to make a change or stuff like that. We're just living a normal life, like just
Mm.
staying in the bush and blah blah blah. So, but I believe every disappointment is a blessing, though. So it happened,
100%,
and
100%.
now, yeah, and now we know what we're doing and we're moving cool. So it's meant to happen.
Yeah, I definitely recommend checking out Malcolm X. I'll type his name in chat.
Yeah,
Malcolm X. He was killed, unfortunately, but if you once you hear the way he spoke, oh my goodness, he spoke in such a way, man. He was better than Martin Luther King, in my opinion. Powerful
yeah.
man. He was a powerful, great man, but he was very serious. He was very serious about things, and I respected that. I really do respect Malcolm X, man, and check him out, man. He was killed because of his the way he would talk, Well, he was smart.
Yeah,
He was super, super smart, man. And it's funny, I never really heard him speak on rap. I don't know what his opinions on rap and stuff were, but I digress on that. I
okay,
appreciate you for going into that with me. But
yeah,
so just to dive back into music here, what other type of music
yeah.
were you into when you were little growing up? Was it just were you into country music? Were you into rock and roll? Were you into pop music?
Okay, basically I was basically on uh gangster music. I was in pop music, and at the same time, I'll say little reggae.
Mm, yeah, reggae's cool.
Yeah, yeah, reggae. Because when I'm with him, he's always like on the Coolio song or he's on reggae. So we grew up listening to Coolio too, and yeah, let's not forget. Um, listen to Bob Marley too.
Oh hell yeah, Bob Marley, great Bob
Yeah.
Marley. I love Bob Marley.
So listening to Coolio music basically brings up more of gangster music. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah.
So let
So
me just
that's
gauge
why I
here.
really
I hate to ask this a general question, but just for the sake of where
yeah
I can start guessing your influences here,
yeah.
how old are you?
I'm not that old. I'm just 23.
23? No, that's fine. Okay, so now I can gauge a little bit, little bit. I'm I'm around 30 years old, so I have a
Oh
little bit older influences than you as far
yeah
as that goes.
yeah
But yeah, man, when I found rap, man, and if you're gonna continue rapping, I think it's interesting thing to talk about
yeah
is the kind of rap that
yeah
inspired us, man. And one thing I know about myself, and everyone says, "Oh, I like all kinds of music," but I really do like all kinds of music, man. It's there's different. I put music into a few categories. I put music into it sounds good. So if something just hits my ear and it just I like the way it sounds. I don't have to even understand what it's saying. Just if it flows good, sounds good. But then boom, another way is the lyrical. If the words put together are very powerful, that if I
yeah
hear the words together, they're very powerful. And then the third way I would say is if it's not if it sound good and it doesn't hear good, it's a mix of the two where it sounds pretty good and then the words are pretty good. And
yeah.
so what about that? Do you categorize music in different forms like that?
Um, music to me, I didn't really calculate. No, I didn't put it all together like that. So, but to me, since I didn't really know more of music growing up, it's just now that I started listening to more of different kind of music, and it's just like I just started music now. Then I was just listening to just the normal stuff, but now I'm putting music to what it is now. So I don't really know how to put them in different places. To me, all
Let me
music
show
is
you an example then. Thank you for answering. But
yeah yeah.
what let me ask you this. What kind of topics do you rap about normally? Is it gangster shit? Is it money?
Yeah. No. Basically, it's about life too. At the same time, about money and about a little of how how this shit really goes. But basically, it's mostly gangster song because I own a crew on rap thing. That's the that's the Crips crew.
Interesting.
So it's basically about yeah, it's basically about that. So we all do stuff like that, and pull ourselves together and make sure that we're cool together. We stand for each other. That's why it's kind of a gangster song that I sing about. So
I respect it,
it's like a
man. I've
music
never
that
had a crew
yeah
myself. So this is another aspect here. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna say something, but then I'm gonna form it as a question at the end. So another
yeah
way I categorize music is
yeah.
emotional. Do you have you ever considered making happy songs, sad songs, mad songs? Do you ever think of things like this where it's different broad emotions?
Nah, yeah, once, but I don't. We don't base on emotions, because when it comes to emotions, I don't think you want your other brothers to know about that. Yeah, I'm talking of the other gangs. I'm talking about. We don't go through emotions and
Right.
stuff like that. We're always like we want it tough all day, all night. You don't care if it's love. You don't care if you're disappointed. You must be tough. You must always just be up, put your shit there, and we're just
Yeah,
hoping
I
for the
I
best.
respect the craft. I respect that you're sticking to a pattern, a genre, a form. But
Yeah,
but I would you could you see how that could be somewhat limiting in a self expression format where
yeah,
there's no
yeah,
rules. Rap has no rules. Do you see how
yeah,
sticking to one thing, it's respectable because you're at least consistent. But
yeah.
do you enjoy listening to rap that is very happy or very sad sometimes, or do you like very particular
Nah,
style?
nah, nah, nah. To be sincere, I don't do that.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine
I
because
believe,
we're all humans. Maybe one day you'll change everything,
yeah,
but maybe you won't. But
yeah,
that to me, when I think of rap and then music in general,
yeah,
I think of it as a, it could be anything you want. When I think of a song,
yeah,
it could be bars, 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 flow, 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 money, 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 which is great. But then it could
yeah,
also be, oh, you lost a girl, you fucking fuck that bitch, da, da, da. Or it could be, oh, somebody fucking, I want to go kill somebody. But to
yeah,
me, the kind of music I do, I don't limit myself, man. I let myself
yeah.
let it all out. I have
Nah, it's not really like
very,
that.
very, what do you
Nah, it's
mean?
not really like that. It's not really like that. Basically, not that we really limit music, but it's a kind of a when it comes to emotional songs, we keep it in our drafts. You know what I'm saying? We keep it to ourselves, or we keep it
Hmm.
to our homies. You know what I'm saying? But it's not something that should be in the public, and it's gonna be like, oh, this nigga is a crip shit, but still, he still cares about this, he still cares about that. It really brings down the respect. You know what I'm saying? Bring
I
down the respect,
respectfully
and
disagree with that view, honestly, because in my perspective,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that you could be the most savage gangster in the world. You could be the
yeah,
guy who's the drug kingpin, the
yeah,
OGs, Scarface. You could be Tony
yeah,
Montana, and
yeah,
you could still go through a lot of things in life, and
yeah.
and
It's
when
true.
it comes down to it, you could still bust a cap and snap. But doesn't mean that you're not. And I think everyone's different. You don't have to be emotional, but to me,
Yeah,
I love guys who do both. A gangster who is the gangster's fuck and emotional.
yeah,
For example, you ever heard of Juice World?
yeah, yeah,
Juice World was a G, dude. He was a gangster, but
yeah.
he get emotional too sometimes. XXX, Lil
But
Peep, these
if
guys, they're pretty
you know,
emotional guys. But
if you look at it from one angle, you know what I'm saying? Those artists there, they put emotions in their songs and stuff like that. They're more of like they quickly it's something that within time they die, so early and stuff like that. Maybe because they put emotions in their song and they show they're weak. I don't really know. But if you look at it like that, and the ones
mhm.
that are still, putting their songs without emotions and they're always like tough, tough, like what I'm saying. I don't. I think they last more longer. You know what I'm saying?
Again, I respectfully disagree. Not to argue, but just for discussion's sake,
Yeah,
let's look at Lil
yeah,
Wayne, Drake,
yeah, yeah. Oh,
emotional songs,
great. Yeah,
super emotional songs. Drake came out with
yeah,
the most emotional shit ever, and then he came out with some of the super hard shit. And Lil Wayne is one of my great influences. I think this is the thing about catching emotional songs. It's not about being tough the whole time because because you're right. It can show weaknesses and it can show emotions, but this is the thing to
yeah,
remember. If you ever do release an emotional track, or if you even if you are
yeah,
you and your homies are out in the block just drinking and chilling,
yeah,
and someone's having an emotional time, it's not about hiding the emotion and it's not about denying emotion. What it is to not let emotion overrun, to not be 24/7, 365 emotional. I like emotional stuff sometimes, but it's like some of the songs I have, one song in particular is so sad. It was one of the saddest days I had in my life. I was very, very upset this day, and I made a song this day.
yeah,
And now I have not been that sad. I'm like that day I was so dark in my head and I was so hopeless. And so when I hear that song, I don't think, oh, people are gonna think I'm like that,
yeah,
because I would expect people would understand that that was a moment in time that I felt away and I was able to capture that moment, boom, and capture it and let it go.
yeah,
instead of ignoring it. And it's interesting to look back because sometimes I hear some of that stuff and it's like, oh wow, I forgot how sad I was that day because I haven't been that hopeless in some time. And it's I think for expression in rap, and it can evolve your game too in theory. But it's yeah, don't make a whole album about sad if you don't want to be the sad guy. But I would say I would challenge you to explore emotions and don't even think sad only. There's many emotions. There's rage, but that is gangster's rage. But I mean, so another one would be reminiscing, enjoy. Like man, I was so like you have some Puff Daddy kind of stuff when he's talking about Biggie Smalls, and he's like, "I remember you, my friend. I pray for you every day." And to me, it's one of the great forms. Rap, what separates rap from a lot of genres is that how broad you can go. You can be a rapper and just rap about so many things, and I love all kinds of music, man. I like rock and I like but rap specifically because of the wordplay as well and stuff like this. And when we end this, I'll
yeah,
play one song of mine to end the show. But let's keep
yeah,
talking. So, how many songs do you have released online?
yeah. Um, basically on rap fame, I just have 8 songs.
8.
Yeah, just 8 songs, and I guess I have one album. It's called The Real Dream.
Okay. And what was that like?
Yeah,
What was
and
that producing it? Did it come out good? Do
it
you think, or
was
did it come out whack? Or
yeah, to be sincere, it come out good because I got a lot of plays on my songs.
how
Like
many, for example?
yeah, I guess the last one was as of 4 days ago, and it had like 1K plays in 10 hours. Yeah,
Holy shit!
yeah.
Nice man.
Now
Yeah.
I
So
guess
you
the
have
song should
you
be in one
you
point.
somehow figured that out because I don't think none of my
Yeah,
songs have that many plays. But my song, people like my songs. I like my songs, but for some reason
yeah,
they don't get that initial pop. Who did you learn digital marketing from?
yeah. I guess by myself.
Because that you must do something
Yeah,
specific that makes you get that much traction.
yeah,
It must be the
yeah.
artwork you use. Like, what is it that makes your songs get a K?
And I mean, there's YouTube, so I could just easily go there and watch some video stuffs and basically my junior brother to do those stuff like that. So
So, but what
that's
did
how that
you do
shit
though?
goes. Just
What's one of your techniques?
yeah, basically my technique is first my homies my homies alone gives the song up to 500 plays.
Wow,
Yeah, cause basically immediately
that's funny. So
immediately
you guys are hooking
yeah.
each other up.
Yeah, so immediately, like the song is down, they're like, "Oh man, my bro does drop some shit. Let me go listen to it." Then they're all over the song and they're playing it like everyone in the wood. They're like, no, they're playing the song and that's how the song goes. Then I go on the internet, I post it, then the internet to push it. So it's cool.
Okay, so I just put my email in chat. For anybody listening to this, my email is RICOROXX221 at gmail.com. Big Guy Kas.
Yeah,
I challenge you while we're still talking to send me an MP3
yeah,
file of one of your songs and I could play it at the end here.
okay,
We could play one of our
yeah,
songs each. So I'm going to
okay,
continue talking, but while I'm talking, I challenge you to
yeah,
log on your email, send that email, RICOROXX221 at
yeah,
gmail.com, one of your songs. I'm very curious to see how you sound.
okay, no problem.
I'm also on Rap Fame.
And you can
I
easily, okay, okay,
that's fascinating, man. It's one of those things.
yeah,
Do you? So let me discuss your BandLab now. Your BandLab experience. Rap Fame, I like it
yeah,
because it has pre-selected beats, but it doesn't have much production
yes,
features. I do love
yeah,
it for the beats though.
yeah,
I have many freestyles from there that are mind blowing, but I haven't used it in a while, which is unfortunate. But BandLab, I was just using earlier this morning. So how long have you been
yeah.
using BandLab, roughly?
Yeah, to be sincere, firstly, when I heard about BandLab, I was like, this shit is damn tough. Like, I don't even know how to use it. I was just like,
Right.
where am I gonna start? It's just
Exactly.
it's all like, but basically rap fame brings you to the top because rap fame is more challenging than BandLab. Because rap fame basically is all about, it's all about different kind of rappers bringing up their shit, pushing you, and some trolls too, some trolls, just pushing you, and you're gonna be like, bro, you ain't, your shit is stupid, and you're gonna be like, oh, you gotta step up. So
Right,
it's
right.
more
But
challenging than Bad Lab.
I don't think one is more challenging than the other. I think they're two separate things. I think, like you mentioned, it's
Yeah,
really great for a community and getting yourself out there. Rap fame, great. But as far as creating post production masterpieces, it's not. That's,
yeah,
I feel like BandLab. That's where at first I
Bad Lab.
seen it. I was like, you mentioned all these knobs and all the frequencies and all the effects and all
Yeah,
the tones and the this and the that, all these terms I didn't know, the metronomes and the beats per minute and the keys, the G chord, A chord, B minor, C minor, and but it was that in itself was very difficult, and I've gotten a lot better. I didn't give up, and little by little I'm becoming very good at editing music as well
yeah,
on BandLab.
yeah. Well, basically, Band Lab is,
It's audio production. Hello, Big Guy Cash. You still there?
no, put more, put more strength in your production stuff. Yeah, and how to be more advanced in your production, and so your music could be more audible and more awesome
Exactly.
when it's out there. Yeah,
That's true, and which is very good because
yeah,
me particularly, sometimes I
yeah,
freestyle just randomly. Just I'll be in a rapping mood, and I have many files of rapping over the years where it was so randomly and just recorded on a random thing and background noise and very shitty audio. And
yeah,
thanks to BandLab, I've been able to bring so many tracks from the depths of unlistenable hell to
yeah,
a song that is listenable, and I appreciate that because some of my greatest
yeah.
work was just these random freestyles that just the Holy Spirit came out of me. I'm just I'm just spitting for 5-6 minutes straight, but then the audio quality is not good whatsoever. And so that I really do
Yeah.
appreciate the
See,
audio production because it gives you a chance to really
yeah,
take advantage of every song you ever do make. But Rap Fame is really fun too, brother. I love the pressure, like
yeah,
you mentioned, of people being able to hear it. And I've luckily, with that pressure, I have made really good freestyles on Rap Fame. But
yeah.
for some reason, I haven't really been using it, man.
Now you see, rap fame is stuff that the moment you step down, they step down too, because they're gonna believe all they want is you always being consistent. If you ain't consistent on rap fame, like you're gonna drop like real quick. So all they want is your consistency. But Bad Lab, all they want is you bringing out the good music. Rap fame, they want
Right.
you to keep
BandLab doesn't
dropping
want anything.
songs.
BandLab is just a tool. Rap Fame is a
Yeah,
community.
yeah. So they really want you to keep
Mm.
dropping the song. Putting yourself
You have
out
to
more.
stay hot.
They're pushing you. Yeah, you gotta stay high. But BandLab is about the quality.
Right. It's about anything. It's about exploration of production.
Yeah. So
Have
that's
you
all
really
about
messed around with
BandLab.
BandLab that much?
Yeah. I think now I prefer BandLab quality than Raffin because basically I use BandLab now. I even use it for my homies because they be like, anytime they see me using BandLab, they take me as a producer. They're
Hmm.
gonna be like, "Whoa, my bro is a producer," stuff like that, and they'll be like, "How you doing this?" Like, there's a lot of bots in here. There's a lot of
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of icons and stuff like that. And how do you just okay know that this is for this, that for, and so stuff like that. And in fact, it's cool for making beats. Basically, I make my own beats.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Same here. I've sat there and
yeah,
just on some days and just went nuts with the settings and exploring and just messing around. And
yeah,
I've learned a lot from that. Like to add bass, to add like doom
yeah,
doom doom doom, like to add bass to songs and stuff like this. I've definitely came out some bangers recently. But but
yeah.
but I'm definitely gonna hop back on Rap Fame now that I'm talking to you, man. I gotta add you. So email me, please. Or did you email me a song yet or no?
Now, when we're done now, I'm gonna email.
Okay, but when we're done, this is gonna be over. So this is gonna be all one recording. So I was hoping you would do it before the end,
Okay.
but so that we could hear it as a part of the
Okay.
recording as our. But I want to get back on Rap Fame because let me ask you this though about Rap Fame. What do you think about people who upload their songs that they made outside of Rap Fame onto Rap Fame in between their freestyles on Rap Fame? So, for example, let's say I do some Rap Fame stuff, but then I don't want to freestyle for a week or two. What do you think about people who, instead of just getting quiet and not dropping anything because they don't feel like freestyling, they drop songs from different platforms or songs they have previously recorded if they're good?
Basically, I'll say, to me, I do the same. I do the same. I do the same, bro. I wouldn't lie. I do the same because I upload beat songs that I've already that I had already down to rapping just to keep the consistency. Now I'm talking about that's that's one of the most annoying stuff among all because keeping the consistency and sometimes with the pressure and everything, sometimes I often don't see like few of my tracks now that I've dropped were really hitting like they get in the place, but still I have no future. So it's
Hmm.
all just fucked up because it's annoying. So
It can be.
yeah, so I don't, but basically I don't really put more energy in rapping like the strain and every stuff like that, the pressure. I'm just cool by myself. There's they give me the future or not. I'm still cool doing my stuff, going on BandLab,
Well,
shit
yeah.
like
At the
that,
end of the day,
making my bread.
it's a portfolio. Sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's a portfolio. If at the end of the day,
yeah,
let's say you're an old man 50 years from now and Rap Fame is still around and the internet's still around, and you could say, look at this shit. I made this. Even if you never get any popularity, if you can drop some amazing songs, that's its own reward. But then, yes, to get to get something, to get some sort of popularity or fame, or to get some kind of benefit, would also be cool to get recognized in a very monetized way. I play both. Music is a lifelong thing because I've been just loving music since I was little. So for me, it's about how many legendary tracks I could drop before I die. But then at the same time, it would be amazing to take off as well, to be because and I definitely have the potential. It's just I haven't put myself together to that place yet. And this conversation is a really beautiful reminder on going for it because man,
yeah,
I freaking love making music. Like I was just working on music this morning for a guy who's very unpopular. My music is not that popular as far as
yeah,
fame goes. Very little people have heard my songs, and but I've heard some very good compliments. Not saying that that's all that it's about, but man, I've put some of my heart and soul into some of my songs, and if it was just about getting recognized, I would have not made many songs.
yeah,
So, but I do have a vision. I do have a belief in myself and an ambition to hustle, ball out, and get the grills and get the fucking fat bitches, get the fat booty bitches and the rims, man. So, but to me, it's a bit of both. I love being multifaceted like that. To just how I mentioned earlier, oh, I could rap about gangster, kill, but then I could also like cry my heart out if that's how I need to. Same, and with music, oh, I love looking at most things in life in multiple ways instead of just one way. Instead of limiting myself or capping myself or convincing myself things are supposed to go only one path, I look at just like Malcolm X. Earlier, I was talking about Malcolm X, this amazing black guy who was one of my favorite talkers. The way he spoke is just mesmerizing. And one of his most famous quotes, one of Malcolm X's most famous known quotes is, by any means necessary. He says, da 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 da, get what you need to get by any means necessary. That was what he said, by
yeah,
any means. He would say that all the time. He's like, dude, we got to do it by any means, because what that means is, as long as the outcome is reached, and even if it's any road to get there, it could be road one, road two, road three, path A, path B, path C, path Z, any means. And that was not the important thing. Was not how you got there. The more important thing was
yeah,
getting there to achieve that thing. Not so much the path by any. So just to clarify, I'm willing to take any. That is such a beautiful perspective thing because it really does open your mind to any path. There's no obstacle. If there is an obstacle, boom, new path. There's a something, boom, I will over. It's not. Oh, if this doesn't work out this exact way, and I don't get this by this, and I don't get this many, then it's futile because that becomes. It's definitely good for challenging, I would say. If you just like, oh, I have to do it this one way, and there's no other option. But that option of any way, it opens your mind to to the most interesting and powerful thoughts, man, because it really does show that
Yeah,
it keeps your eye on the prize, baby. So speaking on
yeah,
that though, is
yeah,
like I said, I'm gonna get back into music and all that in my own rap fame thing.
yeah,
So I want to catch up with you on there because I think that we could be cool little fans of each other now. But yeah, so making some actual good songs and stuff. Would you say that your songs are actually reputable, or have you just been kind of doing it just to at least get songs out there, or do you make each track that you release at least somewhat decent, or if it sounds like shit, will you delete it?
that I'm not just putting out the song just because I want to put it out and for everyone to listen to, but basically because to me I do music for fun. Music is something that when I'm when I'm writing or trying to compose it together, it gives me the happiness and stuff. To keep
Hmm.
doing it. I'm not really doing it for the fame or maybe for the stuff or for the money or for nah. If I'm really doing it for the fame or for the money, I'll basically I'll be on rap fame. Like I won't really be on rap fame or BandLab. I'm gonna be on the streets. I'm gonna be like I'll be selling off my stuff. Hey bro, come listen to my stuff. I'll my music won't be out just like that. You gotta pay to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I don't think basically I'll do this for money or for stuff. It's about my happiness. I really love
Okay,
doing
so
music.
okay, that's beautiful, man. I think that's another beautiful aspect. It's just for a good hobby,
Yeah,
and it's a hobby. Have you ever? Let me ask you this: have you ever got into electronic music, rap, like EDM?
yeah, yeah. That's the first time I was on BandLab. That was the first music I started with.
Really, and that's
That's the
interesting.
first music I worked on. Yeah, that's the
I haven't
first
really
music I
worked
worked
on
on.
any music like that. What does working on music like that look like? Like making beats and shit like this?
Man, to be sincere, it's real crazy, bro. It's real crazy, my bro. Like, it's like, it's like another dimension. You ain't really like the kind of other kind of music. It's crazy. Like, when I'm done, I'm like having a headache. Like, bro, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. That's what I can say. It's crazy, bro. Not a good experience, though.
Yeah, man. I might have to jump on a gangster track with you because if you're
Yeah,
all about gangster stuff, I don't want to have to sit here and make it do a track. But if we do get a track, but I do challenge you, man. I do challenge you from moving this point forward is to see how you can keep it gangster with
yeah,
tone with alternative tones where it's
yeah,
you're gangster, but then you throw something else into it, like gangster with some happiness, like gang, gang, gang. I'm gonna get on my block. I'm gonna have my shit, and I got my Glock, and I got them stack, nigga. We ain't never slack. But then be like, then it reminds me of the days that the girls come in waves. Like throw a little something where it's like braggy and happiness and euphoria, and just to see if you can run undertones and see how much
yeah,
fun you can have with that. I challenge you for moving forward.
yeah. uh, See, basically, I'll just say this: people really think um gangster rap as a kind of a shit stuff, but just like you said now, it's not all about gang, gang, gang. I'm a black, I'm a this, I'm a that. You see,
Oh,
gangster rap is about gangster rap is about mostly about revenge stuff, mostly about
mm.
the opponent, and mostly about what is really going on. And sometimes he's just bragging about shit. To be sincere, just bragging about shit. Like nigga,
Right.
I'm on your block. Get the fuck out. Let's get this shit on. Then
Right.
you come down,
Sometimes
you
it's
see me
about.
with the bass back. I'm on on your way to you door, and you come out, pow, on your face, straight up. It's just all
Hmm.
about this shit stuff. Like, I
Oh
remember
yeah, man.
once I was once beaten up. I
Mm.
got beat up like damn bad.
Yeah.
I was right on my block. Yeah, my dad and my mom went around. They went. So I was like, my my nigga was like, hey bro, was like, bro, move. I was like, what's going on, bro? Then the next thing I saw was like a big punch on my face, like bow. I was like, I don't even know you, and just all over my face. He didn't even let me see stuff, and it was just said, bro, I know you. Just
Right.
all punches on my face, and I was like, what the fuck? Now my dad came back that day and was real mad at me. Like, he got on me, was like, he told me not to stay out with some stupid ass kid outside, but still disobeyed him, like, and still beat me on.
How bad did those guys beat you? How much damage did you take?
Now it was one guy, but he's more grown up.
Oh,
It looks like almost like my uncle's age.
how bad did he get you?
Yeah, not that bad, but the punch was crazy, bro. The first punch was crazy. I was like, I didn't know where I was. Like, it was like there was a concussion rocking in my brain. I was like, bro, where am I? I don't know. I was like, then my nigga that was with me couldn't even stand up for me. Was just like,
Right.
bro,
He was afraid.
it's your stuff. I don't know what you've done, but still, I don't know what to do. I just saw him coming with the
Right.
punch, and I told you. Then when I got home, my mom was just like, and I was beaten like then like I couldn't even stand. I couldn't go to school like the next day. My face was just
Because you were
swollen.
afraid.
Yeah, I
No,
don't want to go to
don't be
school
shy,
anymore though.
brother. This
Nah,
is
nah,
real
I
ass
know, I
shit,
know, I
bro.
know, but
Because we've all been through
yeah,
it, man. I'm not a gangster
yeah,
rapper necessarily, but I come from the fucking streets, bro. Ever
yeah.
since I was little, I've always been a peasant, bro. And I've been watching the world. And lower the volume on your side again, please, because I'm getting that echo.
Okay, how's it now?
Let's see. Hello. Yeah, that's fine. So,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, so I understand, bro. And so let me ask you this though. So how did that affect you when that happened and that guy punched you and you got away from the situation? How did you get away from that situation?
I was like on the floor while I was trying to guard my face. So it was still punching my hands and my stomach and everywhere. Like,
Uh,
I didn't even know what to do. I was just like on the floor. My eyes was closed, but still there was just like blood coming out of my eye. I was just like just there. Then before I know it, he stand up and told me, "You don't want to see me anywhere in this block, or you don't want me around this block." He said he knows me. He said he knows that I'm in the gang or stuff like that. And
mm,
basically, I guess that was a mixed up because I was never into stuff like that. My dad wouldn't really allow me to do stuff like that, so I was like, bro, I don't know what's going on. I was like, then the next day, my dad was like, bro, you're going to school with that face. You know what I'm saying? I was like, my face is swollen. I can't even see straight.
mm-hmm.
Please let me stay home, please. He was like, no, you're going to school with that. I don't care what's going to happen. You're going to school with that. Then I was like, okay, my mom, she was like, okay, take this, put this on your face. Just wait though. By the time you get there, just get in and be cool. You know.
Right.
Then the final, I got into class that day, and basically it was the teacher that started laughing at me. It
Eh,
was like it was like what happened. Then I was like, South is nothing. Then it was like, I know you got punch on your face. I said no. Um, I was just like, nothing like that happened. I just got beat up at home, and it wasn't like that. Then he said, nah, you got in a fight. Then when he said you
mhm.
got in a fight, the other kids started laughing. They were like, then he got beat up. Yeah, like I just went up to my seat, and I was just like, God, wow. I was just like. I don't know why stuff like that happened.
Let me ask
So
you this.
I wish I could turn back time to that stuff when it happened. I wish that's it's really bad, bro.
What would you have
Time
done different if you
I
can
didn't.
take back time? What would you change the way you reacted? Would you do something different?
Nah, if I could change back time, I wouldn't have come out that time. I would have stayed inside my house and just stay chill and be cool. Cause basically, he was the one that called me out. Was like, "Oh, bro, come on, let's go do some stuff." And I was like, oh, "Okay." Then I was out. Then next thing I saw was, "Bro, move." Then I was like, "What?" I found out it was a big punch on my face.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That next time you wouldn't just go into the obvious naughty stuff.
Yeah,
But bro, it's an interesting story, man. Thank you for sharing so vividly. I had a similar thing kind of going on when I was in high school, where I got into it with a couple bad kids, and it got physical, and I had the option to be afraid or to just be stronger and to not run, and I was a coward. I'm not afraid to admit it. I ran away from the situation. I didn't want to confront it out of just because I was a little bit afraid, not super afraid, but I was afraid enough to where I was like, man, fuck this. These guys, and I went. I was more of a hider, and I've had to go through a lot of experiences to overcome and become a warrior through life. But I've always been very logical, and I've played it safe a lot, and that actually kind of hurts worse sometimes when you play it to not now. Once you said, I agree with you. Don't go out into the obvious dumb stuff, but I think how
yeah,
we handle it and how we move forward and how we let people treat us, it's very interesting that some people, if they get abused, they hide, and then they're afraid, and then some people, if they people want to fight them, they say, I don't care, I'll fight anybody, I'm gonna stick up for myself. And
yeah,
I think it's better to go ahead and not hide. I think that hiding, it's okay. It's okay to go ahead and hide and avoid trouble and stuff. But that right there, it keeps you more afraid. Not you, but it keeps people who hide only. I think it takes it's a warrior who's gonna go back out the next day and say, "Hey, I'm still here." And it took a long time for me to figure that out, to be a true warrior. I've developed this warrior mentality over the years. But let me ask you this: did this event that happened with you, where you got that one guy mess with you, did you become a fighter right after that, or did you avoid fighting for a while, or did you become a bully and start beating up kids, or how did your relationship with violence go after this event?
man, it was crazy. Like I'm like, I'm gonna get a Glock straight up. You know what I'm saying, nigga?
Oh my
Like I'm
goodness,
gonna get a Glock.
we said we buzz first, we ask questions later. Bang bang bang. Bang, bang, bang. He says, fucking, just pull out the Glock. First thing he said, busting shots, busting shots. So that's pretty cowardly though, compared to, that's almost like hiding in a way.
Yeah.
But so continue.
But
So how did you
yeah,
develop though? When was did you become a bully? Did you start beating people up?
that's what I was talking about. I was like, I need to get a Glock straight up. Like I don't care the nigga that's coming up. I'm like, I'm gonna give it to him straight up. You know what I'm saying?
See, I'm gonna
So,
kill that
but
nigga.
within that
He said,
time,
fuck fighting, I'm gonna
yeah.
shoot your ass.
So within that time, my dad was like, okay, you
That's a
ain't coming out of this house no more. You
no
stay
chill.
in and no coming out. Yeah, and you only going out for just your training. Like that's I joined a football club right when I was there. So he said that's when you're coming out of the cell. So you're staying in throughout. Then while I was in, I'm always like aggressive to everyone, because when they call up to me, hey bro, come on out, let's go stuff and do some.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like,
Let's go hit a
bro,
block.
get out. I don't want you beside me. I don't want no one. And it's cool when I get there. When it's time for lunch, I just I just stay mute. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to stay on my own because I believe that nigga he had something with the guy that punched me on the face. So
Right, yeah.
I
People
don't
are
want to
very
believe
fickle that
anything.
way, man. Haters. People
Yeah.
are just haters, dog.
So I told him, bro, my nigga, we got nothing to do no more. So you can just keep doing your shit and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Then, but what I noticed that after then, I noticed some niggas waiting up for me on the block, cause right on the block, I was there. Some niggas I'll see like some niggas out there with their bike and they're out, and
Hmm.
my dad must know that I roll with niggas like that, cause he's gonna kill me like straight up.
Right. You have to deal with
So
the people
when
you
they're
live
out
near.
there,
So did you run? Did you try to outrun them, or did you go straight into them?
nah. Mostly, I don't want the neighbors coming up and telling up, saying your son is causing trouble, So I'm always like, I'm gonna find every means to get them out. Like, I don't want the neighbors, coming like,
But what
hey,
happens if they're
something
right
good.
on the right by your house, and the only way to go home is to go by them? What do you do then?
Then I'll just be like, I don't. Basically, when I'm coming home, I'm gonna add maybe on one of our neighbors' house. Then I'm gonna pretend like, say, oh, maybe I'm gonna be like, Miss Mandy, I'm here for, I came to see you. Then she's gonna be like, man, we never talked. Then how were we together? I don't understand. Then I'm gonna be like, Miss Mandy, stuff like that. Just trying to be
So did
nice.
you actually do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then
See that
this
that
time,
man that is taking the coward's way out. No offense. That's taking the safe way.
yeah.
The you bought into the fear, bro. And did you ever have a moment where you went against that? Did you ever start going into danger instead of away from it?
My bro, I would say no, cause this niggas they're gonna beat the hell out of me, bro. They're gonna beat the shit out of me, my nigga.
I
Cause
tell you one thing, brother.
I
I'll tell
tell
you
you
this
no.
much.
Yeah,
Might, and they might want to, but I'll tell you one thing, man. As a man to man,
yeah,
it people prey on fear. If they could see that you're afraid, and they see that you're willing to run away and go hide for a minute and go to the neighbor's house and wait till they're not around, then move a little bit and then wait till they pass. Move. That right there is gonna make them more in your, not saying for you for certainly, but in general, that can make them that feeling of, oh, they're gonna beat the crap out of me, bigger and bigger and scarier, because at the end of the day, when that moment comes, let's say they surround you, and the one guy, and let's say it's even two guys start beating you up,
yeah,
just know what to do. Just don't fall down. Stay on your feet. Stay arms up. You're not gonna get beat up that bad. And if you're athletic, maybe you could outpace them and maybe even start putting pressure on them. But just know that punches don't hurt that bad, bro. I really recommend just trusting yourself, your ability to take a hit, and not only that, to see what that shows you. Because,
yeah.
and I know I sound crazy, but let me tell you this story, bro. I'll make it really quick, but this was a very pivotal moment
Okay,
in my life, man. And I ended up
okay,
not, so just listen, you're going to enjoy it. So one time I was in high school and I moved to California from, I was used to living by country white people for when I was like middle school. And then in high school, I went to black and Mexican in the hood in LA. And so I was very nice and smart and everything, but these people who lived in the hood the whole life, they had this toughness and gangsterness about them already. But I was okay. I was like, I'm down with, let me check it out. And I became into the tagging crews, people who did graffiti, these kind of things. And I didn't realize this whole thing about crews and respect and and toughness. And I just liked graffiti because it was against the law, and it was, you get adrenaline rush, and those were the tough guys. The tougher guys were the graffiti guys. And I got friends with this one guy, and he was part of this tagging crew, and he was a friend of mine. We were pretty decent buddies. He came over to my house all the time and stuff, but he was bigger than me and stronger than me. He was just way bigger than me and everything, and I really respected this guy.
yeah,
And I thought he was a really cool guy, my friend. And then there was this other guy. And one day at the bus stop, so it was me and my friend, this big guy, and then this other guy came. This other guy who was from another tagging crew, and he goes up to, and
yeah,
he's a little guy. He's a very tiny guy, but he is a leader of another crew, like an OG gangster of another crew, but a small guy. And he goes up to my friend, and I'm very innocent,
Yeah.
and I was just like, okay. And he goes up to my big, tall friend, who's very tough, cool looking for his age. He looked older than he was and
Yeah.
everything. And the little guy says, "Come here, let me talk to you." To the big guy, and they start walking. They start walking and walking, and then next thing you know, the little guy start boom, 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 unloads just a flurry on the big guy, da, 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 and drops him, just boom, 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 and just socks him up. And my friend, the big guy, was leaking from the face, blood, just blood leaking, because that little guy was a gangster. And it was all cool. I didn't jump in, and the friends that were with the little guy jump in. But I was like, holy fuck, dude. And the guy was all fucked up. And then I ended up talking about that situation to somebody. And then I said something I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
And it made my friend, the one who got punched, the one who got leaked out, the big, tall, tough guy, the one who got murked, it made him look bad because I talked about it. And I didn't realize you're not supposed to do this, do that, do that. And so they went and beat him up again because I said something. And then he came after me. My friend, the big guy that I liked, this cool
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
he came after me. And because I got him in trouble, and this day that this is what I want to tell you about, this moment in my life. So I'm a guy, like, I was trying to do right by everybody. I'm hanging out with the graffiti people. My friend got beat up, da-da-da. Next thing you know, now he's coming at me for some street shit because I said something I wasn't supposed to. And I remember I took the bus home that day from school, and I was just like, okay, I know there's some drama, but I'm going to just, hopefully nothing happens. And then boom, I get off the bus, and when I look down the path I was going to walk, I see the big guy, my friend, the big guy, and a few of his friends, and they were standing right where on my path to go home. And I was still far enough back. I was at the bus stop, got off, and I seen them in the distance. I was like, well, the way I was normally going to go, if I go there, I have to walk into them. I have to walk by them. They could either tell me something or they could tell me nothing. But I had a bad feeling that they were going to stop me and tell me something this day. And I was like, but I'm also far enough back where I could go the opposite way. I can go all the way around and avoid that path. And I thought to myself, what am I going to do? Am I going to take the path, or am I going to just walk by them and act like nothing's wrong? Like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, no, I normally do, even though I have a feeling that the guy's going to be mad at me. And I was like, man, I'm going to just go ahead. And that day I decided to walk through. I said, I'm not going to run away at the side, because I was like, I'm going to just look like a lame. And I was like, for all I know, I could just talk it over and it ain't going to be a big deal. But then it was a big deal to this guy. And so I'm by myself, and someone tells, he's like, my body was like, dude, you could run right now. You can go the long way, hide, go to the neighbors, do that other route where it's just go obstacle course it. Or I was like, or I could just walk through, man. And I decided to walk through that day, bro. And I remember walking up to these people. And I was walking up to these guys, and sure enough, as soon as I walk up, they all stand up from right where I was about to walk by. And my friend, the big tall guy, he was mad at me, and he's like, man, you fucking said some shit you weren't supposed to, and now I'm gonna get you. And I was like, come on, man, I didn't mean to, blah, blah, blah. And he socked me up a little bit, and then I walked away from the situation. And then I was very afraid after that. After that, I was like, okay, maybe next time I should avoid it. But the point was that punch, there was a bunch of guys. It was so scary looking. Like, I thought I could have died if those guys attacked me. Man, that weak ass punch, that motherfucker, dude. But I acted like it hurt a little bit just so to give them the satisfaction and then calm the guys down. And they let me go. But man, really, it didn't even fucking faze me, bro. And and from that point on, I should have realized how powerful I was. But even then, I got more afraid after. But I'm really glad that story, because if I would have ran away that day, I would have probably been like, oh, if I get punched one time, it's going to kill me. And no, man, that shit showed me, man, like that big ass fool fucking, his punches don't hurt for shit. And that's just one lesson there. But yeah, so I think you got to trust in your durability and shit, bro. And that's just one of my stories, bro. And it's very similar to yours, but I did go into the path that day. But I got afraid, though. I was a pussy. I ended up moving away from that area because I didn't want to deal with them. But I could at least look back and say I walked into the group.
I least you threw a punch, something.
Right, well, right. But
But
there's been some situations where I chose to leave the situation if there's some guys are too crazy or I'm about to die. But in general, man, fuck that, bro. That's my philosophy is the more tough shit you put yourself through, the tougher you get. It's
oh,
I'm pretty
cool,
wild
cool.
now. I'm willing to go hard now in most situations, bro. Because that's what really people are doing, in my opinion. I'm gonna digress, but let me just end it with this: is people only fuck with people who they can fuck with. People test the shit out of each other in life. Girls will test you, other gangsters will test you, family will test you. Everybody tests. Now you're probably thinking, why would somebody test? But it's a test to see what you can get away with. And people will treat one person like a fucking like a slave, like an animal, beat them up all the time, and then to a certain person won't say a word, just are afraid of. And if you're curious on what that mechanism is, it's how you react to the test. And so when people test you, you have to give them a result. And I think it's good to you choose what you want to give them instead of just failing the test or succumbing to people's tests and like, oh no, I don't know what to do. You have to realize, you have to understand that what tests are out there and then what to do in the
Yeah,
face of those. And the test of bullies and people messing with you is, if you stand up for yourself, bro, people ain't gonna mess with you, man. That's where I think people who don't stand up for themselves, they get it twisted. Is they think, oh, if I like, oh, no, 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 but no, really, that's when you get fucked with more. What about that? What do you think about that?
yeah. Now you see, basically, you ain't bad nigga that want to fight you. You know what I'm saying? But still, you got a nigga that could beat you, and still walk up to that nigga and tell him, bro, I'm gonna beat you up. My nigga, you're gonna be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like,
No, no, you're
you're
not
gonna
gonna be
get the
embarrassed.
beating of your life because nah, okay,
It's
picture
called
this,
respect, bro. Bro, because once they see you
picture this
are
now.
willing to fight back, they respect the
Yeah,
fuck out of you. They won't beat you up out of respect. They'll beat you up a little bit, but
wow,
they won't beat you up. They will say, hey, this guy is like, they is a man that is on my level. Like the guy who's could beat you up and really bad. He, even if you can't beat him up, the fact that you're willing to try and you're willing to go crazy, he says, whoa,
yeah,
you are, even though you don't have it like me, you're just like me. And it's a brotherhood. That's what I've learned in the streets, bro. Is standing up for yourself gets you respect, bro.
yeah,
And that
yeah,
right there
true,
will save
true,
you.
true. And basically, it's not only about the respect. It's about what goes around. Because you see, the moment you beat the top nigga, the next day you're gonna be like, the well, I put it as the kid of the block. You're gonna see everyone like, whoa, this nigga just stand up to that nigga, and you're gonna be like, whoa, was it true? You beat up that nigga, you and the nigga fought, and before you know, in the wood, everyone is giving you that respect, that that love, that like you're gonna be like, whoa. So just because I just threw the punch, and before you know it, everyone is like, this nigga is awesome, like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't have a chance to do stuff like that. I didn't even have the chance to throw a punch. I was being
Right,
so
right.
bad. I don't want to remember this. I don't want to remember that
Yeah,
time.
that
Like,
sucks. Yeah, that
because
right
it's
there
real
is
great,
where you have to learn from your mistakes. Because if that happens every time, if you get beat up bad every time, then you're right. It's a lose lose. If every single time that violence comes into play, you end up very injured, it's very
Yeah,
terrifying. You have to remember
yeah,
to not get beat up. You have to block your face, and do not fall on the ground. You could,
yeah,
as long as you don't fall and you don't leave your hands down,
yeah,
you're not gonna get too beat up. You're gonna get a little beat up maybe, but you're gonna survive. And then that goes away because yeah, if you get beat up really bad every time, then it's very terrifying. I got beat up really bad as well one time where two black guys jumped me and I fell down instantly. As soon as they started jumping me, I fell to the ground
yeah,
and they were fucking stomping the shit out of me and dude, they were fucking beating me to death. That but then I learned a valuable lesson is, oh, next time I have to make it a point, a very important point to not let myself fall because that's why I got beat up. It wasn't because I'm
Yeah.
weak and because they're super strong. It's because I made a flaw mistake there. So that's very important. When you do stand up for yourself, do not
Yeah.
let the other person have it that easy to injure you. Because let me tell you this, it's not even about beating people up. I freaking stand up to most guys now. I learned that to stand up for yourself, but I'm not
Yeah.
very good at beating people up, but I'm good at standing up without getting beat up because I stand up to everybody, but I never beat up guys. I'm not a guy who's known for beating up people, but I'm also not known for getting beat up. I'm not easy to beat up, but I don't know how to beat people up that good, but I'm also very good at defense because I've never been knocked out. I don't get beat up that easy. I could hold my own. I'm very, very quick. I'm very evasive. And it's so that you have to have that as well. Yeah. If you're going to stand up for yourself, know to be aggressive and all this. But don't think that you have to be known for beating people up. Sometimes just the act of standing up gets you the respect. But I never beat no one up, and I still get respect. It's the fact you're willing to stand up for yourself to get you the respect. And then if you're talented at beating people up, that's just a plus. But the key is to not get beat up. You have to get good at not getting beat up, which is pretty easy, bro. Well, like I said, as long as you block your head, you don't fall, and then it's really really easy once you realize stamina, because then you just
Yeah.
stay calm while the other guy unloads his energy, and then he runs out of gas, and then you could really put a hurting on people. But hell yeah, I challenge you next time, if you can remember my voice, next time you're in a situation where it's scary and you're like, oh fuck, no man, you stand up for yourself and you say, hey man, you're gonna have to take this. Ain't gonna be that easy for you, and it's really fascinating, bro. I had to learn it the very hard way in the streets, bro, about this thing of respect. It's because then if it's the only way, bro. Because what happens is if you don't stand up for yourself, then they kill you. Then they abuse you and they extort you. They every chance they get, no one respects you. Everyone wants to hustle you. But you stand up for yourself a couple times, you get that. You get that respect, man. You get that thing where it's like, well, this guy is safe no matter where he goes because they know that you're going to stand up for yourself. So no one wants to deal with that. They know, oh, if you mess with him, you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with him standing up for himself. So it does not even worth the effort.
Yeah.
That's my one advice as a man being a little older than you, man, is if anybody ever wants that smoke, unless they got weapons and guns,
Yeah.
but no, man, even then you have to let them know, like, you're going to have to, you're not going to get it that easy, bro. And it'll transform you, bro. It'll transform you. I don't know. What, your dad sounds like a very pacifistic kind of guy, nonviolent guy. Is your dad a religious
Mm.
man, or
Yeah. The religious man.
because he sounds like he almost ignored the violent side of life? Because I understand being a good man and don't be dumb and make bad choices, but wise to ignore battle.
um. Basically, maybe because you know, he didn't really live that kind of life, and he don't want us to live that kind of life, and the kind of kids you see in the wood is like, bro, he's gonna tell you straight, hey, I don't want you with those kids. You know what I'm saying? Those
Yeah, but that
kids,
doesn't help you. Just
badass
because, let's
kids.
say your dad don't want you to ever
Yeah,
to drown, doesn't mean you might not ever have to swim one day. I think it would have been wise. Don't you think it would have been good for him to show you, hey, don't be a man who's bad, but hey, you might have to defend yourself one day.
yeah, truly, but it's not really like that. If I could. There's nothing I could do that time. I'm a little kid. I'm still on that. I just gotta
Do you
follow
still have a
rules.
relationship with your dad?
Basically, yeah, I'm still in his house too now.
I would talk to him. If you ever talk to him, be like, "Hey, Dad, what is a man supposed to do when someone is attacking you or your family's in danger? What does a man do when life brings it to you? When it's not that I want to hang around those kind of people, but those kind of people come to me."
Yeah,
I would talk to him and see what
yeah.
he says.
Okay, no problems. When you do your live stuff, because he's not really at home now. He went out for work.
Yeah, no, man, it's very deep, man. You sound like a really kid who is in the world and everything. And I hope you took a lot from this conversation, bro. Because I'm willing to talk, and you wanted to come interview, and I think this was a great interview, bro. I'm honored to
Yeah,
have
like,
guy Cass on. And it's life is like that, bro. It's you could either do nothing with it or you could do everything with it, and it's really
Yeah,
what do you want to do, what are you willing to do, and it's yeah. If you want a great legendary life, if you don't want that, that's fine. If you just want to just keep yourself busy and happy and distracted, that's fine too. Simple stuff. But if you ever do want to play with these ideas of greatness and of power and creation, then it's
yeah,
you got to take a role of a role in that, bro, and let that just run through you, and it could make you it can complicate things, and maybe it can it's stuff like this, but I don't know. Just it's interesting to me that being a rapper, I feel like you would
yeah,
be into that realm of greatness. All right, Kaz. Well,
yeah,
thank you.
bro.
This is Rico Rocks. For anybody who doesn't know,
Yeah,
I was thinking of sharing a song of yours with sharing a song of mine with you.
I'll do that, bro.
So you want to hear one of my songs? Well, so we can end this show out.
Okay, pull up. Bro,
Yeah, and
bro,
for anybody who
bro,
doesn't know, what?
bro, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah. When do you come live?
all the time. For anyone who doesn't know who this is Rico Rocks. It's Rico and then ROXX. I'm posting a live show right now with Big Guy Cast on Podbean
Yeah.
application, Podbean, and it's podbean.com. I'm also on Spotify. I have my show Social Suicide is a podcast I host. This is your host Rico Rocks, and I'm here live all the time on Podbean. But you can catch my shows on Apple Podcasts, Social Suicide, and Spotify, Social Suicide, all your platforms. You got Deezer, iHeartRadio, Audible. Please check out Rico Rocks. And this was a conversation I had with a young rapper who seems to be early on his journey as a young man, and I can't wait to hear some of his stuff. And hopefully this isn't the last talk we had. We talked about all kinds of things, and I can't wait to hear some of his music. And for anyone who hasn't heard a song of mine, and for Big Guy Cash, let me introduce you to some of Rico Rock's music. Let me pick a song here, and then this will be Social Suicide number 40. And what a great talk it was. I've had such a great talk, and thank you for sharing your stories and my stories. Next time we'll hash it out more and tell more stories. And
Bro, no props, bro. Thank you so much for bringing me on your show, for bringing me up, and I really like that. I appreciate that. I could, I've learned something, and I really
oh,
appreciate that.
100%.
So, thank you so much, bro.
Yes, yes,
I really
100%. And make
appreciate
sure you
that.
go listen to the episode. I'm going to drop this as an episode soon.
Okay,
So go back and it'll say your name. It'll say Rico Rocks. It'll say Social Suicide number 40. And then it'll say your name, which is
okay.
Big Guy Kas. And so look out for it. So follow my show and be on the lookout for that release. And you can hear this whole conversation. But don't go anywhere yet. If you can mute yourself if you want, but don't leave until you hear one or two of my songs, okay?
Yeah, I'm still for you.
All right, brother. I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna play one Rap Fame freestyle, and then I'm gonna play one BandLab song since
Bro,
we talked about them both.
bro, bro. It's like there's a nigga out here,
A nigga,
bro.
where?
Yeah, his name is Kiss.
Chris? Yeah, Chris is my boy. Chris, yeah, that's my guy. That's my admin. That's my don. So I'm gonna pick out one Rap Fame song and one BandLab song, okay? And then I'll play it next. Thank you very much.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, folks. So this is Rico Rocks here. I'm gonna share my song Kaz, a couple songs with my boy Kaz here because we were talking about rap and stuff. I'm just picking out a couple songs, and then that'll be this one. So bear with me. It's really tough picking first time songs because they're gonna judge you so hard based on that. But I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one. Let me see here. We're gonna go with. This was all unprepared as well, folks. So bear with me here. Bear with your main man Rico Rocks. Make sure you follow and come check me out on Podbean as I pick this song here. Just so many. I have just a million songs on this list. Try to pick one here. There's Dark Hole. Bear with me here. I'll pick quick here. So okay, I'll pick a BandLab song. Rap Fame song first. We'll just go ahead with 1 second freestyle. So this is one of my Rap Fame freestyles. No, I don't know you, and you don't know me, but here you get approached. Rico rocks a ghost, and you bump my shoulder. Rico rocks now, I'm fucking gonna show you why my life is over, boy. I got my eye on the prize, and the prize is eating your life and your essence. Your boy, you should just go away for a second, but I know you won't back down. I was happy, I hoped it went down like that. You just fell in Rico ROXX trap, boy. Better beg for your life. Who am I? I'm Ghost. I am poking the bear, but I fucking don't care. So what's that say about me, bitch? I don't fucking care, cause I'm fucking carefree. I'ma fucking eat, I'ma slay ya. I'ma take my blade and fillet you. So don't you fucking return to birth, cause I will return berserk. Z-E-R-K. You won't be okay. You won't be okay. You won't be okay when Rico ROXX come at your day. Boy, you better behave. You better not look my way, cause Rico ROXX, I'm just spitting on the flow. And I know, cause the story's untold. I'm rapping against little girls, hoes. I know that the MM, I am that RR. Bitch, I go hard. You go so nothing. Bitch, I am stunting, but I talk a lot, cause I thumping on beats, nigga. I'm never defeated, but never found dirt, cause I have been gone for long, nigga. You need to back the fuck down, cause I know I will leave you with I got the crown, and I will leave you with nothing, bitch, in the ground. I will have you like Kill Bill Volume number 3. I'll have you buried alive, crying for your life. I hope your fist ain't broken by that time, cause you better not swing. Boy, I never face defeat. I'ma show you what it means when your mind it be fucking crazy and your body somehow doesn't regenerate. Degenerate, your mind can't keep going and coming great. I'm like a beast, I'm not a young one. I've been around for some long runs, and I know that it comes with prices and issues and costs, and you swear you don't know issue. So that was just one of the freestyles there on Rap Fame.
Yeah.
It's a little something, little spit, little something. And
Yo, like, that shit was awesome. You didn't write that
she was
stuff?
cool?
She was cool, awesome. You didn't write it?
No, that was a freestyle, bro. I spit like that.
Damn, man. Bro,
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, my freestyles are insane. I'll play a song I just released today, but it's unfinished, so don't judge me too harsh. It's a low life remix, and I'm actually sharing it world exclusive right now. This is a BandLab thing I'm working on, and it still needs a little work, but check out one of my latest projects.
Yeah, it's cool because life is a little game we play. Man, we're here to stay. I don't give a fuck who the fuck is they saying. I don't care because they are all fucking insane. I'm going, I'm fucking gone. I'm riffing, I'm fucking running. I'm chasing a dream. You cannot fucking stop with the speed versus cunning. I'm here to fucking rip shit and get shit and fucking leave with a bunch of fresh bitch. Holy shit, I'm fresh with the rip top tip, and me and my butt, we sit back and we start to fucking spitting. We sit back and talk about life cause it's real shit. Holy shit, you need to sit back and reminisce. Where did you come from and what did you do? Did you make it through the hard times? If you could change a thing like a screw, you turn left, or a screw, you turn right. If anything would change, would you do the same thing? I don't get it to you. Do you get it to me? We stay Because life is a little fucking mystery. It's a gift, I don't really get it. I just walk around like, damn, I'm proud to be living and breathing. But everybody just wants to me bleeding, defeated. But I just say, come on, chill. We all can get the money. We could all can get the honey. We could all can change memory. We done change history. Here I come. Because everyone around me is looking dumb, man. I done lost my mind. I don't fit in with people, man. Holy shit, I'm about to show them I'm the real Grim Reaper. It's like, here comes the silence. Now here comes the defiance. Now here comes the time and patience. I'm coming with a plan. I'm coming like shots with some maces. I'm coming blind in your eye. Homie, I try to trade places, but you done slept on me. You done slept on me. You done fell off. I can't help the fact that you thought I was just a shell shock. But holy shit, I hope you the best. Because here comes the West. And here I got my back. I've been trained up in guns. I've been trained up in guns. I've been trained up. But what happens when people try to act dumb? I know life ain't fair. I ain't never told you it was. If you thought I did, but you ain't never done listen. You don't listen to a real OG. We talking. We want you to be safe, but we don't want you to stop this. We just want you to know there's some shit going on. And if you don't get it, motherfucker, you won't like my songs because I'm going hard. Damn. The motherfucking world is crazy. But I ain't gonna die, I ain't lazy. I'm coming, I'm smoking my hate. I'm staying hot, staying drunk, staying fun, staying everywhere I can, trying to stay a fucking stunt. Motherfucker, please come try to fucking hang with us. Me and my boy, we just staying around, but we ain't hanging tough. We just sit around and we chill, motherfuckers. Boys with big guns, we ain't no little suckers. Damn, please come and kick it, boys like us. I will freestyle the whole song until it's done. Now stay the fuck up. Stay the fuck up until you grave the fuck up. Until you 6 feet deep, they can't talk to us. Cause damn motherfucker, we still here. And we still fucking here. And we still here.
Oh shit. Alright, so yeah, you could tell that one needs a little bit of work in the editing, but it's a little something I'm working on. It's a little something. It's a little something working on here. I was just gonna look for one more of my little freestyles here that I like from Rap Fan to really blow your mind with real quick. That is probably a little better. Cause yeah, that one, the editing is just, I was just excited about it. But yeah, that one still needs a lot of work. She's gonna be sick though. I like that one though because it's a good memory I have. That freestyle I recorded in 2016. I'm just editing it now. I was drunk with my buddy. We were rapping after work, and I spit that just randomly in front of this guy. He was like, "What the fuck?" That whole thing. It was awesome. It was a good little freestyle. All right, and now grand finale. One more Rap Fame song, and then we are out of time, folks. But one more Rap Fame song for anyone who's still hanging in there. It's called Orgasmo. It's one of my favorite freestyles of all time. It's fucking good. It just the sound quality. Hopefully it's decent, but it's fucking gnarly, bro. This freestyle Orgasmo. It was a Rap Fame one, and it was really nice, man. So hold on, I'm pulling it up here. And thank you once again for listening. Big homie. Big dog. 2 seconds here. Find phone.
RICO ROXX, baby. I'm gonna come show you.
Turn it up. Turn up the volume.
Heartbeats. My life don't stop. Wait a second. Why all these thoughts? I've heard many stories along the journey. Motherfuckers try to hurt me, but also they try to curse me. Motherfucker, I'm RICO ROXX. I'm black son. God, baby, made it back twice. Made it back twice. Did that shit, and maybe I'm in round 3 right now, and I don't even know this, man. Can you even send me a life flow? No, you can't fucking save me, so save yourself. I'ma save one thing, and I'ma save your chick on my shelf. I'ma grab her when I need her, and I doubt I'll ever see her, but I'm RICO fucking ROXX. I'm a sinner, not a keeper reaper. I'm a fucking schemer, boy. I shout out that dreamer, boy. Shout out little peep. Without you, my day's just so deep. Now, God boy, click till my lungs collapse. God boy, click till my lungs collapse. You ain't gonna stop shit. How about that? You ain't gonna stop this motherfucking bat to your fucking mouth. I'm gonna curb you, stomp you out. American 10, American X, American Rest. I just go. I'm the original RICO, baby. I'm a fucking float in the ocean. I don't know where I'm going. I just know I'm on my way there, and I'm crazy, but I'm not fucking dumb, and I haven't lost my mind, son. I'm not weak is what I meant to say, but I said I'm not weak because I have to be in a dream state to say these things I say, like, yeah, RICO fucking ROXX, thank you fucking bitch, now kick rocks bitch, I know I'm so devilish, but I'm also an angel kid, yeah, RICO ROXX, that God boy, click to my lungs collapse. RICO ROXX, have an attack. Fucking spit like an asthma attack. Like I just barely fucking have room to fucking catch my breath. But I don't care cause I said that every night. She's cute. Man, that's my fucking boo. My future wife, my future ex-wife. We had some kids maybe, but not me. I'm out this bitch. It's like RICO ROXX. I just keep the bars flowing. I just keep going like Wisconsin. Never close. We, girls, take the clothes. Never close. Never, no. You never get no. Oh. I just get so high, I know I might die, but I'm just so fly. I tell my people I'm 30, but they say, damn, you fresh. I say, I've been doing drugs a decade, how about this? How you like the man? How you like the man? Apple pie with bows in it, with drugs in it, twisting up, sipping up, question us, never that, RICO's that. I'm so incredible, I'm a phenomenologist. The phenomenology, it chases me, and now it never fucking evades me. RICO ROXX, you can't save me. And I said that already, but let's be clear that my mind is not fucking in fear. I'm just commandeering my own head and taking this meat in my skull, and I'm taking it and saying, beware, RICO ROXX, this kid bleeds gold. Bleeds gold, I bleed gold, nigga. I bleed gold, nigga, dripping in gold. I break dance with the rock stars, shit, and I take all the clothes with the EDM kids, cause the girls beauty raving, popping and chewing shit. It's like RICO ROXX, I don't care who you with, cause they can go get it too. It's like, man, what you gonna do when shit comes at you and shit's not talk? Shit's fucking fist, maybe a shoe up on your block. Man, these guys are motionless. There's no fucking life in their eyes. They'll take your life and they'll just act like it's a separate surprise. Like, it ain't nothing to the streets. It ain't nothing to the streets. Anybody who knows what I mean can fuck with that because they know that fucking means. RICO ROXX, I'm not out of here yet. So don't say thank you or you're welcome. Just wish me luck and send me love. Baby, cause I'm stuck and fucked and I'm in the mud. And RICO ROXX, yeah, come get me, son. Mama still sharper than all of these motherfuckers. So I know that I'm gonna either die or I'm gonna fucking just maybe elevate, maybe ascend, but I don't know, and I cannot ever pretend. So RICO ROXX, my skills will never end, and Nellis, no limit. So this 221, RICO ROXX.
All right, folks, and thank you for letting me share. That's all I got enough time to share with today. But I love that freestyle. I have a heart in it.
Awesome.
What's that?
I said the freestyle is awesome, bro.
Hell yeah, Don. That's how I get down, brother.
You trying, bro. You can write that shit
So,
down and still stand on those songs. Like, bro, respect.
cause I actually say some bars.
Yeah. But still respect, bro.
But oh yeah, man, I can't wait to see where to let's do something in the future, bro. And thank you, Big Guy Kas. Free your mind, everybody. Free your mind. Free your mind. Free your mind. Free your mind.